What's good, y'all, man? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Utando Mfogantuli. Welcome back to another video. Hope y'all are doing good. Hope y'all are having, a good day. Positive day. You know, we gotta keep that positivity. Even though kunzima. Hey, ziningi inkinga. There's a lot of problems. It's quite difficult to remain positive, right? But at the end of the day, it's the only choice we have. It's either we are positive or we remain negative. You understand? And each one has its own, how can I say, each one has its own consequences. More negative, when you're thinking negatively, that's exactly what you're going to receive. Thinking positively, that's exactly what you're going to receive. Right? Anyways, let me sit up straight so that, we can have a nice conversation. You understand what I'm saying? I did not have like a main topic for this. I thought I was going to come here and freestyle. So let's see how it goes. Listen to me spread out some positivity to you guys. Positive thinking, finding yourself, directly interlinked. To find yourself, you have to go through a lot. To find yourself, you have to lose something. I saw this thing on TikTok. It was talking about the law of equivalent exchange. So the law of equivalent exchange says to gain something, you have to lose something of equal value. I was not prepared. It is what it is. But in order to gain something that you want, you must be prepared to lose something of equal value. You understand? It's not a nice thing to hear, and it's not nice losing something that is of value to you. It's actually quite heartbreaking. But you have to understand whether these things will connect. And if they won't, then it is what it is. You understand what I'm saying? Then you gotta put that above whatever you might lose. The law of equivalent exchange. To gain a real medi, you have to lose a real medi. Nah, I'm not making sense. To gain a real medi, you have to lose a medi that you loved. And that love might have been real for you, but it might not have been real for her. But in order to gain something that will give you something in return, in equal, you have to be prepared to lose this so that you can be able to receive, that love, right? To gain success, you have to be prepared to sacrifice, a lot of things, your habits, your friends, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. We're not complaining. Don't ever complain. If you're a G, don't ever complain. Complain. Don't complain. Nobody feels your pain. And it is what it is. And it's just things that we gotta deal with, and it's things that we gotta be okay with at the end of the day. Alright. So I'll say it again. The law of equivalent exchange says that you must let me say it properly. The law of equivalent of exchange says, in order for you to gain something of equal value, you must be prepared to lose something that is of equal value. It's not a nice thing, but you want this, gotta be prepared to lose this. And it is what it is, dog. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll run it back in case you guys did not get it. Or in case I need to, emphasize this a lot more. The law of equivalent of exchange says, in order for you to gain something of value, then you must be prepared to lose something of equal value. So in order for you to gain something that is valuable, you must be prepared to lose something that is also of value. It's not a nice thing to hear. It's not a nice thing to do. But it is what it is. Gotta thug it out, bro. It's not a nice thing. It's quite heartbreaking, actually. But it is what it is. And as long as you know what you're aiming for, then it won't feel like such a loss. It don't even feel so bad. It will just be, another Thursday. Literally, I'm lying. It'll feel like hell because those emotions I have to directly translate to whatever that it is of value that you are seeking for. You understand? Positive thinking. One more time, guys. One more time. I know I'm repeating this. But if you want to gain something of value, the law of equivalent, like one more time, the law, I don't know, I feel like I have to be like super, like, in motion and cool when I say this. The law of equivalent of exchange says, in order for you to gain something of value, then you must be prepared to lose something of equal value. If you're trying to gain something that is good, you must be prepared to lose something that you think is good. That's not a nice thing to hear. It's not a nice thing to do. But it is what it is. The sacrifices have to be made. No. Yeah. Just do it, bro. Time is running. And there's no need to waste time on something that is going to, hinder you, or block you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Practice the law of equivalent of exchange. Think positively. You understand? Gain something of value. Lose something of value. And that value that you lost might not have been value as we see as time goes. It will not be so valuable. It will just be something that you thought it was valuable. But once you gain whatever it is that is valuable, trust me, it's going to feel like a Sunday morning. Sunday morning feels so good because it's Sunday. It's the first day of the week. It's peaceful. It's a holy day. I'm not Christian. Hell no. But it's the first day of the week. You understand? It's a holy day. That's exactly what it's going to feel like. Again, bro, in order for us to actually, gain a lot of things, in order for us to get to the next level, we must be prepared to lose certain things. And we must be okay with losing certain things. You understand? It is what it is, and we gotta not care. You really have to stop caring, bro. You have to stop caring what people say. You have to stop caring what people think. Just gotta get to it. It is what it is, my guy. Hope y'all are doing well, man. Hope y'all are having a great time. Hope y'all are having a good day. As you can see, I'm chilling. It's a Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, man. Bless.